So who decides is clear. So once he is on the top of the system, if the system is to be changed, he has to change.
How will he change when he has allies like you? How will he change when he has allies like you? How will he change when he has allies like you, like Lalu?
Like me, allies are, allies are, don't compare us with Lalu, please.
No, why would, I draw a comparison, sorry, on the other scam, did you not put pressure? Did you not put pressure on the Congress party to go slow on the other scam? Is it true or not that NCP ministers also got away in the other scam?
Go slow on any scam.
Did NCP ministers go?
We are very categorical about that, please inquire into all corruption.
Did NCP ministers get away in the other scam or not?
Not at all.
Of course they did.
We challenged.
Of course they did.
When there was any question about irrigation, our minister resigned.
Your ministers,
chief minister resigned.
Your ministers named.
Don't get into all this.
Why shouldn't I?
You are deflecting Arnab Goswami.
I am not deflecting, Mr. Tripathi. I am not. I am saying that you are giving this.
I am prepared to discuss NCP.
Yes.
Please, I am prepared to discuss NCP. Don't worry about that.
I am discussing all allies.
But don't bring in NCP right now.
Why shouldn't I?
Okay.
Why shouldn't I?
You do. Then discuss NCP. I have no objection.
I am discussing. I am discussing corruption.
I am prepared to debate with Mr. Arnab Goswami role of NCP on any forum.
I am discussing.
Wherever you wish.
I am discussing
so
today, sir.
Now you are discussing Rahul Gandhi, would you allow me to discuss Rahul Gandhi?
No, but I am discussing corruption, Mr. Tripathi. Mr. Tripathi, you describe him as innocent. I am saying tonight, please listen to me. What did he say? You heard what he said on the RJD? Yes. Rahul Gandhi seems willing to compromise on his ideals, doesn't he? When he says that though his personal view is that all people who are corrupt should be punished, his view is that the party is to go ahead and ally with the RJD. He says the RJD is an idea, not an individual. He also named NCP, DMK, other parties. Now the problem is, Mr. P Tripathi, that you call him indulgent on the, innocent on the one side, whereas political parties like yours force the Congress party to carry out those compromises on the other. Now that, I think, Mr. Tripathi, is a little bit of hypocrisy, if you don't mind my saying so.
We haven't.
I'm sorry.
Congress party. No, we haven't. I'm sorry, we haven't forced the Congress party. You prove it, please.
What do you mean you haven't forced the Congress party? Did your NCP ministers...
Where have we forced the Congress party
along with,
to take any decision? You tell us.
Ashok, well, I'm sorry, the names of several NCP ministers who were there along with Ashok Chavan, against whom there was no executive action. You pretend you do not know Mr. P Tripathi, but it happened exactly 3 weeks back.
Well, I do not know Mr. Arnab Goswami. I am on record as chief spokesperson of the party in issuing a statement that please inquire into all allegations against all ministers, including the NCP ministers.
That's complete. No, one second, Mr. Please, Mr. Tripathi. Well, now we are on a point. Mr. Tripathi, point 77. Now you wanted to draw me on the facts, and I will draw you on the facts, and I want you to either accept and you can say that I was wrong. Because point 77.1 of the Judicial Commission on Others says that Sunil Tattare and Rajesh Tope had no role to play in the allotment of land to the Adarsh Cooperative Housing Society. Despite that, they took active interest in the Adarsh Cooperative Housing Society. There were complete displeasure expressed by the Judicial Commission against these NCP ministers. Now, Mr. Tripathi, since we are discussing Rahul Gandhi but on a broader level, I challenge you tonight. You are the beneficiary of the compromises that you want the Congress party to make. And then with this indulgent, avuncular fashion, you come and say Rahul Gandhi is innocent. But what if I were to say to you, sir, you are among the parties that are forcing the Congress party to compromise. You're the beneficiary of that compromise. Mr. Tripathi, do you understand the point I'm making?
Well,
you are the beneficiary of that compromise.
Without the basis of any facts.
The facts I've just read out to you.
Our statements. After the Judicial Commission, we made a statement that please inquire into whatever you wish. Later on, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi issued a statement, we said you review the decision. We are prepared to review the decision of the cabinet.
Point is this.
You please review. See, look at the NCP statements. Don't just misquote us. And
now we go back to the discussion. Anyway,
conclusions without
anyway. See, Chief, the point here is, Mr. Tripathi, it's not between you and me.
Now.
My question is to Piyush Goyal. Corruption, scams and inflation. These are the three issues that presumably you will rake up in the run-up to 2040. Do you feel Rahul Gandhi addressed these issues head-on in the course of that interview yesterday? And then I'll get a response back from Randeep Surjewala. Mr. Goyal.
Arnab, I saw that whole interview and read it this morning in great detail, and nowhere did I find a response not only to these three issues but to any of your questions. I think you escalated the question about corruption at least 6 times. You asked him about price rise at least 4 times. You asked him why he didn't speak up when 2G happened, when Colgate happened, when Antrix Devas happened. He did not have any answer. The problem with Mr. Gandhi is he had probably come prepared to answer some soft spot questions. He had 5 themes, whether it was women empowerment, whether it was RTI, whether it was democracy, changing the system, a system which his family has perpetuated on this nation, a system which is full of misgovernance. They have institutionalized poverty.
You're saying
the people divided India into caste and religion, but he had no answer to any of your questions. I have your whole interview before me.
Yes.
Every question he has deflected to bills, to Lokpal, a Lokpal Act which we could have passed 2 years ago. But this government did not want it to be passed.
So what is your allegation? Are you saying,
Honorable Vice President?
Are you saying the Congress? Are you saying the Congress Vice President came armed to deflect?
No clue.
Are you saying the Congress Vice President came armed to deflect?
I am saying the Congress Vice President has no vision. He has no thoughts. He has no idea how to control inflation. He has been a part of the corruption, which he has yesterday acknowledged on your channel. He has said, I spoke to the Prime Minister and I got the bill.
No, that's not my question. My question is, are you saying, Mr. No, Lord Meghnad Desai and Sankarshan Thakur say important point that's being raised here by Piyush Goyal, and Randeep Surjewala will have to respond to this. Lord Meghnad Desai and Sankarshan Thakur in that order. Do you agree with Piyush Goyal when he seems to suggest that Rahul Gandhi's insistence on these 4 or 5 points which he talks about, legislative framework, RTI, women's empowerment, youth, democratization, etc., he's not saying this out of his conviction, but that he repeats these points as a diversionary tactic from the specific questions which were posed to him? That's a big allegation. Meghnad Desai, you agree, and Sankarshan Thakur, you agree. Then Randeep Surjewala will respond. Meghnad Desai first.
I think I agree, because again and again when you asked him a question about something specific, he said, oh, but women must be empowered. I believe we must have democracy. There is too much concentration of power. No, he is an embodiment of the concentration of power. You know, it is like in Psycho, where this Norman Bates murdered his woman in the shower. Next morning said, terrible, terrible, terrible. How did you do this? Isn't it terrible? You know, I mean, he doesn't realize that he embodies concentration of power. His family has presided over the destruction of sort of internal party democracy. And, you know, how can he distance himself from all this?
Mr. Surjewala.
Does he really think he has nothing to do with him?
Mr. Surjewala.
This is what I find very strange.
Mr. Surjewala.
Distancing from all problems because he is Rahul Gandhi.
Mr. Surjewala.
My chance patiently.
Yes, Mr. Surjewala, respond.
Yes. Arnab, while we continue to discuss selective portions, and these are relevant issues, let me first point out
what is selective?
That Mr. Rahul Gandhi pointed to you about an institutional mechanism to fight governance,
yes,
to fight corruption. He spoke about right to information as one of the most important tools. He spoke about his role in passing the Lokpal bill. He spoke about how it is important for every Indian, every citizen and every parliamentarian to ensure that the 6 bills, which are a framework for the common man to be able to fight corruption per se in the long term, needs to be passed by a consensus across the political spectrum.
But onion prices didn't go up.
Why are we not discussing that?
Onion prices didn't go up by 500% because of an institutional framework. I mean, come on, sir. Please, vegetable prices didn't go up by 350% because we didn't have a legislative framework. I mean, come on, sir. People here, at the end of the day, people have not stopped doing businesses in India. You know, tax demands have not been raised on foreign companies. Foreign companies have not gone into dispute. Capital has not stopped coming into India. Because of a lack of an institutional framework, the question was about being specific. Piyush Goyal raises his hand for an intervention. Piyush Goyal, make it short. Make it short. Make it short, Piyush Goyal.
Give me a minute, I'm also coming to the
A short rebut from Piyush Goyal.
Did Mr. Rahul Gandhi not say, just 1 second Arnab, did Mr. Rahul Gandhi not say, and has the Congress not consistently said that FDI in retail is one instrumentality to not only fight inflation but also ensure remunerative price for farmers and ensure a fair price for the consumer?
Sir, I ask you, I ask you tonight, what about the policy flip-flops? What about the policy flip-flops? What about the policy flip-flops on insurance, policy flip-flop on pensions? I am asking you tonight, what about the policy flip-flops?
These are policy
What about, sir, be specific.
We can
specific.
To argue on,
sir, be specific. The whole world.
Issues.
Sir, you cannot.
Ultimately, what will fight corruption?
Sir, you cannot.
What will fight inflation?
Sir, you cannot.
Sir, you cannot. You cannot empower the common man.
Sir, you cannot make this common man. You can't make the common man a political pawn. I have to take a break, but I'm only asking. Piyush Goyal is going to open the debate on the other side. The common man, I say, cannot be made a pawn. Yes, Piyush, I'll come to you on the other side. The question is, who made the taxation system administration opaque? Who brought in retrospective amendments? Who increased harassment, heightened transfer pricing litigation, foreign investments drying up? Who had policy flip-flops on insurance, pensions, telecom? Under whose government were there repeated scams? Now, these are questions we also ask, and therefore we say, can you shoot off the shoulders of the common man? Piyush Goyal, I'll come to you on the other side, taking a short break.